Ian, after today's announcement that we'll be bidding to host Euro 2028 with the FAs of England, Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland and Wales, what can you tell us about this significant decision?
First and foremost, it's hugely exciting to be involved in a bidding process for what's the third largest sporting event in the world is fantastic. Obviously the countries have worked incredibly well over this period to get to this point where we can make the formal announcement that we're going to bid for Euro 28, and we're all really excited about the possibility of hosting that in the UK and the Republic of Ireland.
And what would it mean for not only the Scottish FA but for the nation as a whole?
It would mean a huge amount. We saw with the hosting of Euro 20, albeit that was in 2021, the impact that had across the country, the impact it had in terms of the interest in football, not just from a national team perspective, but obviously in terms of European nations coming to visit Hampden. It was a fantastic tournament, albeit there were restricted crowds at the time, and it would be great to see Hampden full for those events in 2028.
And do you believe the success and albeit the challenges of hosting Euro 2020 will actually support our bid as well?
Absolutely, it shows we have that experience. UEFA were delighted with the way that we hosted those events. It was challenging given COVID at the time. There was a huge amount of pressure on the staff here at Hampden, not only from a Scottish FA perspective, but obviously including other partners that need to be involved in these projects, such as Scottish Government, Glasgow City Council, Police Scotland. There's a huge amount of collaboration involved, and the experience that we'll all have learned from Euro 2020 will stand us in good stead.
And why was it agreed as well to bid for 2028 and not the 2030 World Cup?
There's been an ongoing feasibility study over a fairly long period of time looking at 2030. There is obviously still some uncertainty around 2030 in terms of the bidding landscape. FIFA have discussions ongoing about a biennium World Cup. There is a far clearer path to Euro 28. We can see that mapped out in front of us in terms of the UEFA timelines. The return on investment from both competitions is broadly similar, and it was therefore the decision was taken to go for 28.
Would it have any sort of knock-on effect for us ever bidding for a FIFA World Cup at all?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The thought of having a World Cup at Hampden is something that I'm sure Scotland fans would love to see, and there's no reason why that can't happen in the future.
Have we reached the point yet where the discussions are being had about the split of games between nations and the stadiums that will be used?
Those discussions are ongoing. That's ultimately a decision for UEFA in terms of the split of matches across the UK. We'll be working hard to make sure that Scotland can host as many matches as possible here at Hampden, and the Scottish supporters can come and see the national team playing in a major European finals again.
And just to finalise as well, Ian, what are the kind of next crucial steps for the Scottish FA in this process?
The expressions of interest period it runs until March 23rd. Obviously we've expressed our interest today. The final bid decision will be made by UEFA in September 2023. The main step in the meantime is for us to engage with local partners such as Scottish Government and local authorities to make sure that we have the support that's required to host such a prestigious event.